我靠，上海真的没有人了。
Oh my god, Shanghai is really empty now. It's Friday night, around 8:30 p.m. in Lujiazui. I can't believe it. It's only 8:30. It used to be packed with people here. On December 11th, a video surfaced showing Shanghai at night, brightly lit but eerily empty. The city's busiest areas, once teeming with people, were almost deserted. In just a few short years, Lujiazui went from a bustling hub to a ghost town. The rapid changes in Shanghai are startling, leaving many struggling to keep up.
Over
the past few days, I've noticed that there were really fewer and fewer people on the streets in Shanghai. Today, I went to the city god temple, and there were hardly any people there. When I visited in 2018, it was crowded. There used to be long lines for steamed buns there. It seems like the economy in Shanghai really isn't as good as it used to be. I even find myself missing Chongqing a bit. What should I do? But now, we've really come to this point. The new year is coming, and with work and life being so unstable, it's a real dilemma, whether to stay or to go.
给你们看看寸土寸金的上海市中心。
Here's a look at the once prime area of downtown Shanghai. On Nanjing West Road, there's this rundown area, overgrown with weeds, with empty buildings and signs everywhere, advertising places for rent. The leaves of the dead trees are covered in dust. The shop decorations are still up, but they feel like a ghost of a bustling area that was once here. Now it's all about leasing and relocating. There's not a single store open along this whole stretch. There's even an abandoned sign for a Xiaohongshu lifestyle event. It shows how this used to be a paradise for the middle class. Aside from the weeds, there's scattered trash. It's hard to believe this is still downtown Shanghai. The neglected billboards and empty courtyards, places that were once for relaxation, are now locked up and empty. This little 100-meter street is a far cry from the huge shopping malls and business buildings across the street, and the famous Nanjing West Road right outside. Hopefully, everything will improve soon.
The atmosphere at the end of 2025 is particularly unsettling, almost as if Shanghai is preparing not for Christmas and the New Year, but for a major economic downturn. The city, which benefited from 40 years of reform and opening up, now watches helplessly as the economy falters.
2480万的大上海啊
Shanghai, with a population of 24 million, and there's no one in the streets, no one in the malls, no one at tourist spots, no one in restaurants, no one in barber shops, not even at the market. My fruit shop is empty. I'm asking, where did all the people go? Are they all staying home? Even if they are at home, they still need to eat, drink, and get haircuts. Where is everyone? Who can tell me? It's just too tough. Have you noticed? The population in Shanghai is shrinking, and the hustle and bustle are disappearing. This is Zhejiang Road Bridge. To get to Chipu Road, I have to pass this street, and all the shops are closed. At night, it feels like a ghost town. The once bustling Shanghai Bund has lost its liveliness in the blink of an eye. There's a popular shopping mall in Minhang, but now the entire street is almost empty. Only a few stores are hanging on. Even Starbucks, which used to be a symbol of high rents, has pulled out. Here, let me show you. This is a 1-kilometer stretch in Putuo District, Shanghai. A few years ago, this was a place where it was impossible to get a shop. Now, there are so many storefronts available for rent or sale. Some of them have been empty for over a year.
Take a look at this. This is Shanghai now, at 8 p.m. A huge shopping mall, tens of thousands of square meters, and there isn't a single person inside. Those who said they were coming to Shanghai to start a business, would you still dare to come? Look at the size of the whole building, both upstairs and downstairs, empty. Where has everyone gone? Let me know in the comments. Where are you from? And is there anywhere more deserted than Shanghai?
Shanghai's malls are facing a complete collapse, with long-established stores closing down. Even high-end malls are seeing declining sales, and foreign-owned stores are shutting down in droves. Recently, British luxury department store Harrods announced it will close its Shanghai operations in January 2026. This includes its private members club, the Harrods Mansion, and the Harrods Tea Room, along with its local team. Harrods explained that its exit was mainly due to expiration of its lease, combined with changes in China's luxury consumption environment and the landlord's new leasing strategy. A former partner of Harrods confirmed this news, saying, "We didn't expect this. At the time, it seemed like a new business model, so it's a real shame. Maybe this model just doesn't fit with China." The business circles here are still based on local chambers of commerce and industry associations. Harrods, known as the world's most luxurious department store, is one of the UK's top retailers, with nearly 200 years of history. It attracts millions of members worldwide each year. Harrods offers a full range of products, exceptional customer service, and impressive displays and decor. Harrods Shanghai, a wholly owned foreign enterprise under Harrods International Limited, was established in January 2020 with a registered capital of £23 million. It focused on luxury retail, dining, and cultural exchanges. In 2023, Harrods opened its members club, the Harrods Mansion, and a historic building in Jing'an district. The ground floor housed the Harrods Tea Room, and the second floor featured a private club with a restaurant by Michelin-starred chef Gordon Ramsay. Membership fees started at 150,000 yuan, offering exclusive social events. The announcement of Harrods' departure from Shanghai sparked speculation, with some seeing it as a sign of Shanghai's deeper economic troubles. Wealthy people leaving, business owners fleeing, foreign investments pulling out, housing prices plummeting, the middle class falling into poverty, consumer spending drying up, and empty malls. Harrods' exit highlights the pressure on China's luxury goods industry. In Shanghai's 2025 retail market, the trend of foreign brands closing stores has become more common, with many following the same path as Harrods. One notable example is Gucci, owned by the Kering Group. Faced with falling sales, Gucci closed its flagship store, which had been built with a multi-million investment. This year, the brand closed stores in Real Shanghai Shopping Town and in New World Daimaru in Shanghai. On the luxury shopping street Nanjing West Road, Gucci now has only one store left in Shanghai's Hanglong Plaza. But this isn't even the most extreme case. Last year, Gucci shut down several key city stores, including locations in Dalian Times Square, Shenyang Zuocheng, and Taiyuan Wangfujing. Reports suggest the total number of closures reached 9. Kering's financial report showed that its operating profit fell by 46% last year, with net profit dropping 62%. The report pointed to the weak consumer market in China as a major reason for Gucci's poor performance. This reflects not just downgraded consumption, but a shift in Chinese consumers' attitudes. Luxury goods are no longer seen as status symbols, and they're gradually being replaced by practicality. Other luxury brands are undergoing similar challenges. Though not entirely focused on Shanghai, the city's high-end malls are hit hardest. Brands like Bulgari and Coach reorganized their retail networks in China in the first half of 2025, leading to store closures. Additionally, Danish jewelry brand Pandora announced it would close 100 stores in China in 2025. While it hasn't disclosed how many stores in Shanghai will be affected, it's expected that several stores will be impacted, reflecting how mid-range luxury goods are particularly vulnerable to tightened consumer spending amid economic uncertainty. Shanghai ranks second globally in terms of mall density, with one large mall for every 80,000 people. In Tokyo, a city known for its shopping convenience, there's one mall for every 200,000 people. Reports say Shanghai now has over 400 malls, but more than 100 have closed in the past 3 years. The simple explanation is that the wealthy are leaving, the middle class is spending cautiously, and ordinary people just can't afford to shop. This is a classic case of tightening pockets, layoffs, pay cuts, and investment losses. Over the past 2 years, the middle class in first-tier cities has become the main group experiencing wealth evaporation. That's why malls are empty, not because people don't want to shop, but because they've lost the desire and ability to do so. Shanghai, once a hub of industry, supply chains, and policy benefits, now faces the pressure of sharply decreasing foreign investment. Looking at the data, Shanghai's foreign investment usage fluctuated in early 2025. In the first 3 months, actual foreign investment dropped 24.8% year-over-year to 4.55 billion, signaling a decline in long-term foreign confidence in Shanghai's market. Shanghai, once China's wealthiest city, now faces a gloomy future. The manufacturing industry is shrinking, high-tech sectors are struggling, and rumors are circulating that the Jiading industrial zone will be cancelled and converted into a town. Did you know the Jiading North Industrial Zone is going to be turned into Lotang Town? Is that true? Anyone who knows more, please share.
我昨天说嘉定工业区要取消了。
Yesterday, I mentioned that Jiading Industrial Zone is going to be cancelled. A follower commented, saying the southern industrial zone has been merged with Malu Town, and the northern zone is now part of Lotong Town. Some said Lotong is now administratively under Shuhang Town, and even the addresses on express delivery have changed. Is this information reliable? Anyone with insider knowledge, please let us know.
知名的门窗企业搬走了，上海空着厂。
Another well-known door and window company in Jiading, Weigang, has moved out. There are so many vacant factories in Shanghai. Just look at this huge space. It's 6,000 square meters, 14-meter high ceilings with free cranes and no columns. This type of factory is rare. The price for this place will make all the landlords in Jiading, Weigang uneasy. The land outside is enormous. It's a cloudy day, so no need for lights, and it's perfect for production, processing, and manufacturing. To the factory owners looking for spaces in Shanghai, do you know how many factories are empty right now? I'm not even talking about other districts, but in Jiading alone, at least 1 million square meters of space are empty. Many prime properties, like independent factory buildings, have been vacant for a long time, not rented out. Like this one, a 1,000 square meter independent factory with 3 acres of land. It's been empty for a while now. The crane tracks are already laid out, and during the day, you don't even need to turn on the lights. The space is bright enough. So why are these great factories still sitting empty, with no one renting them?
一夜之间，上海很多好的企业。
Overnight, so many good companies in Shanghai disappeared. I don't know if they went out of business or moved away. Volkswagen shut down a factory in Anting, and now their Nanjing plant is closing too. Toto and Yakult have also shut down their production lines. There are 2 pieces of news. The good news is that many good factory spaces have become available. The bad news is that many of these factories can't even find tenants. Factories like the ones in Anting and Fangtai on the 5th block of the road can't even be rented out for 1.1 million yuan. Factories in Huating and Shuhang are going for 80 to 90 cents per square meter. Shanghai is like this, and other cities are probably even worse. The past 2 years have really been tough. Several videos have highlighted the growing number of vacant factory spaces in Jiading Industrial Zone, with rents dropping sharply. Standalone factories have been empty for over 6 months. One comment sarcastically noted, the Jiading Industrial Zone has become a hollow shell. Volkswagen closed its factory in Anting, and its Nanjing plant also halted production. Toto and Yakult have pulled their production lines as well. These moves reflect multinational companies adjusting their strategies in China. Dell, Microsoft, Stanley Black & Decker, and other major companies are reducing staff, closing production lines, or shifting their supply chains to other regions, contributing to the hollowing out of Shanghai's manufacturing sector. Vacant factories mean businesses are leaving, jobs are lost, and local government revenues are shrinking. Jiading, once a hub for automobile manufacturing in the Yangtze River Delta, also focused on electronics and machinery. Companies like Shanghai Volkswagen and Fuyao Glass formed a key part of the industrial chain here, making the area an integrated hub for research, production, and trade. This helped Shanghai maintain its position as China's industrial capital. However, in recent years, rising production costs, the US-China trade war, changing tariffs, supply chain shifts, and increased market competition have led many companies to move to Southeast Asia or lower-cost regions within China. Poor-performing businesses have closed their production lines. This has exposed the vulnerability of the industrial chain. Automotive industry analyst Zhang Xiang pointed out that Shanghai's car manufacturers are already struggling to organize production, and the entire national auto industry relies heavily on parts from Shanghai and nearby areas. If Jiading's parts suppliers face production or logistical disruptions, the impact would quickly spread to car factories across the country. The concentration and dependency of this industrial chain makes Shanghai's manufacturing decline a potential systemic risk for China's entire auto industry. The decline of Jiading is seen as a reflection of Shanghai's broader manufacturing struggles. Some argue that Shanghai's reputation as China's industrial capital is fading, signaling a major shift in China's investment landscape. For over 40 years, China's economic development has followed the pattern of coastal regions first, inland regions later. The Pearl River Delta, Yangtze River Delta, and Shanghai have been major sources of tax revenue and hubs for foreign and private companies. However, in the past 3 years, a geographical reversal has taken place. Coastal investments have sharply declined, while inland investments have surged. Data from the Ministry of Finance and policy banks show this trend. In 2021, inland provinces received 46% of special funds. By 2023, this had risen to 58%, and by 2024, it reached 64%. Over 70% of new loans from the China Development Bank and the Agricultural Development Bank went to central and western regions, setting a historic high. To put this into perspective, the Yunnan Dazhong water diversion project alone has an investment of 220 billion yuan, while Shanghai's state-owned investment is just 50 billion yuan per year. This stark contrast shows how the central government's focus has shifted away from coastal regions. Meanwhile, the decline of coastal areas is noticeable. Several cities in Guangdong have suspended major projects, and Shanghai's major project investment growth rate dropped from 8.8% in 2021 to just 1.3%. In Zhejiang, over 800 projects have been cancelled or delayed. This shift is not just an economic adjustment, but also reflects strong strategic defense concerns. Analysts suggest that the Chinese government is worried that in the event of military conflict in the Taiwan Strait or the South China Sea, coastal cities would be the most vulnerable. As a result, large projects are being moved inland to avoid these risks. This strategy, combined with the withdrawal of foreign investment and the hollowing out of industries, has created a dual crisis for coastal regions. They are losing both investment and security. This reflects the Chinese government's strategic defense priorities, but also highlights economic challenges. If this trend continues, China could lose the advantages it gained from decades of reform: coastal openness, manufacturing growth, and global connections. The current reversal, however, presents an even greater risk.
When it comes to maintaining prostate and breast health, you deserve a proactive approach, one that supports wellness from within. Introducing Best Doctors WBM Rex, your natural supplement to support prostate and breast health, boost immune function, and enhance overall wellness. Packed with powerful ingredients like white button mushrooms, noto ginseng, and antioxidants, WBM Rex helps maintain healthy PSA levels, reduces inflammation, and supports cellular health in the prostate and breast. With added energy-boosting Panax noto ginseng and immune-boosting beta-glucans, WBM Rex helps you stay active, healthy, and full of vitality. Clinically backed and made with plant-based ingredients, WBM Rex is your go-to solution for long-term wellness and balance. Gift the joy of health this Christmas with WBM Rex, because the well-being of your loved ones matters. And don't forget, use our special discount code CO2025 at checkout to get 20% off your order, exclusively for our China Observer viewers.